What is going on, Lego Maniacs? It's Tyler Lego here, and today we're doing the old school 2003 Jabba's Palace. Now what's interesting is this set actually made up 3 different separate sets. So the first set we'll be taking a look at is the Jabba's Message. That's set 4475. Had 40 pieces, 3 minifigs, retailed for only $7 US. And nowadays the set's going for 48 new or 27 used. We'll also be taking a look at the Jabba's Prize set. That's 4476. Had 40 pieces, 3 minifigs, retailed for $7 US. And nowadays the set's going for 48 new or 27 used. And then last but certainly not least, the main course of the meal, we'll be taking a look at Jabba's Palace. That's set 4480. Had 231 pieces, 6 minifigs, and retailed for $30 US. Now nowadays this set's going for 195 new or 91 used. And again, all 3 of these sets came out in 2003. Anyways, this is exciting. I know a lot of you guys have been asking for a review on Jabba's Palace. We're finally getting it out there, but enough talk, let's get right into it. And to begin, as always, let's give you guys a 360 view of all 3 sets. We're actually just going to review these kind of all together because basically in my mind, in my books, this is all one set, right? I mean, if it really came out full price, it would be 44 US, but instead you bought all 3 of them separate, which is kind of a cool idea if you're just looking for like the Boba Fett minifig, which was the cheapest way to get them back in 2003. So very, very cool looking set. To start, let's just move left to right on this guy. So first off, this is the Jabba's Prize, and as you can see why, it literally has Han in carbonite. There's his prize. Now what is cool about this is literally how they connected these, which was really intuitive. I mean, it wasn't genius or anything, but it gets the job done. So literally they're just connected by basically those little Technic bricks. And let's give you guys a better view of this little side build basically. So I'll give you a 360 view of this guy just on its own. What's cool about it is it has a nice little control panel piece right there. Literally nice printed piece of Han in carbonite. And you just do that and it literally comes down. So kind of, giving you an idea of, the movie scene where Leia kind of saves Han. And then, she doesn't save Han because Jabba was waiting. But yeah, this was the Jabba's Prize. Let's now take a look at the Jabba's Message. And here's Jabba's Message, the set anyway. So again, give you a 360 view. So what I liked about this, probably the main highlight, is it has that little droid that pops out of the wall and talks to R2 and C-3PO, which are also included in this set, as well as Bib Fortuna. And also the door actually literally opens up. So I thought that was absolutely awesome. And it does actually fit a minifig, just to demonstrate. A minifig can fit through that doorway, no problem. R2 actually will have an issue, which I actually thought was kind of funny. He, because of those basically little, angled pieces, right? But anyways, those are the 2 smaller sets. Let's now take a look at the meat of the set. Here it is. So you're probably wondering what the interior of this is, because when I was a kid and I was looking at the set, I was always very curious to know what was inside. So as you guys can see, there's 2 stairways that kind of lead to the other areas of the set, which I always thought was cool. Although this didn't really make sense. I mean, let's say they're outside, they could literally walk up the stairs before going in the doorway. The other one makes more sense. Anyways, interesting Lego did that. So what you do is, you remove that little piece. Now I will mention that these little doors do open up, but the best way to access it is like this. And there's the Gonk droid waiting for you. Nice little control panel. There's the droid that basically was going to torture or threaten to torture R2. And then literally there's nothing too much to the interior. Literally it's just like black bricks. But what's really cool about this is an awesome little feature that's included in it. Now, what was funny is they're like, you're going to go down to meet EV-99, like Luke's going to be scared because they didn't have a Rancor pit back in 2003, which I will review that set soon. I believe I forget, it came out a couple years ago, Rancor pit. But what's really cool about this is, you see where Jabba's sitting? Well, you pull this back and you can tell that there's these elastics, and what it literally does is, ta-da! So just like in the movie, Luke's down there. Now he's not finding a Rancor, he's finding EV-99. So they literally said that in the set description. I thought that was funny just because it's like he's not meeting a Rancor, he's meeting a droid. I think Luke's going to be a little bit less scared. But what's also cool is let's just take a little bit more of a look as I destroy the set at Jabba's, basically his little throne. It's very nice looking here. What's cool is they have a nice little frog. This was, I believe, one of the first sets that included a frog. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, but yeah, I don't recall ever seeing a little frog earlier, especially one that, you know, it's cool about this frog too, is he's kind of like in those well, he's basically in a light piece, right? Like translucent, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, nicely fits Jabba as well as Leia, and what's cool about it as well is that it has the chain there. So just all in all, nice looking set. I'm just gonna say right now, normally we check the basically the movie pics just to see how accurate this set is. This set's not super accurate. I mean, that's why we're not gonna do it. But it does cover the scenes nicely. It's just, it's basically a play set, right? But they did a really good job. And this area, I will say, the top area is actually pretty accurate, although there's no walls or anything. This down here is completely inaccurate. Let's repair that because that's bothering me. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like this in the movie. But anyways, this is the set itself. Awesome set, basically a play set. Let's now take a look at all the minifigs. And here we have 3 of the 12 minifigs. So these are the 3 minifigs that were included in Jabba's prize. Now I'm just gonna say it. I don't quite agree with making Han and Carbonite a minifig, but whatever. I mean, it's a cool looking piece. Let's give it that. This is also the old school Bubba that was included in it, which is awesome. I was so excited when I got this set because I always wanted Boba Fett. And this was the first time we ever got a Gamorrean guard. It's basically one of those pig guards that Jabba has. Anyways, great looking minifigs. I mean, they don't have back face printing. Obviously he doesn't, but Bubba literally, I'll show you guys, is just literally a black face. There's nothing there, right? But very, very nice. I do love this minifig. So much nostalgia for actually all these minifigs. But now let's take a look at the next 3 minifigs. And here are the minifigs for the Jabba's message set. So anyways, nice looking minifigs. I will say this is one of the, well actually C-3PO, we got him in another set earlier, the Droid Escape set, a couple other ones. But then we get the normal R2, nothing too crazy. The main attraction of the set is Bib Fortuna. Great job. I mean, this guy came out all the way back in 2003, and you can obviously tell who he is. Nice custom, basically head mold, whatever you want to call that, goes on top of his head. He is a Twilight, just in case you guys were wondering. But anyways, great looking minifig. There's no back face printing, back torso printing, which would have been really easy on a minifig like this. That didn't really exist in 2003. Not even any leg printing, but all in all, nice looking minifig. No complaints here. You can obviously tell who that is. But now let's take a look at the Jabba's Palace minifig. And I'm just gonna say it, this set came with a lot of droids. So first off, this is actually the first time they've ever made a Gonk droid. So on the far left, nice looking Gonk droid, nothing too crazy about him. What can I say? Just basically a garbage can with legs. And then we have EV99, nice looking minifigs. Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Literally, you just had a battle droid body, which makes sense. It does work. It gets the job done for this minifig. And then you also get Biomar Monk. Anyways, I can't really display him on the thing, but what's interesting about him is he has katanas as legs, which is interesting. There's actually some really interesting lore behind these guys. If you guys want to check that out, Google it. But yeah, nice looking minifigs. Let's now take a look at the next number of minifigs. And the 2 we're looking at is obviously Luke and Leia. So this was the first time they ever made the slave Leia. On the far left, probably the most scandalous minifig at the time. Anyways, great job by Lego. I think they did awesome. She actually is almost comparable to the new one we got in 2012 and in the Jabba sail barges. And then on the far right, we got Luke Skywalker. Nothing too crazy about him. Just nice looking all-in-all minifig. Nice black cape. Nice torso. Nice face print. Neither of these minifigs have back face printing. That really wasn't a thing. Or back torso printing for that matter. Luke also has a nice chrome lightsaber, as you guys can see. Love those chrome lightsabers. And then this also includes a hairpiece, so you can kind of swap it, which is pretty cool. Anyways, those are the 2 minifigs. Let's now take a look at the final one, which is the Crime Lord himself. And here we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, the big fat slug. Here he is. I think they did actually a good job on his mold. He actually looks he's really well done. I mean, you can definitely tell who it is. The only negative is he's only in one color, unfortunately, but that's kind of what molds were like back in the early 2000s for Lego Star Wars sets, or for almost any set for that matter. Yeah, nothing too much to say about him. His arms do move. You can move him up and down. You can make him hold things. One thing that was kind of funny though is this tail. I don't know if it's not a misprint, but it's the same idea. It was supposed to have a black pin in it. Mine did not include that. So literally I just have a Technic pin in there to kind of like put it in, but interesting. I just thought that I'd mention that just because Lego sometimes makes mistakes, and this is definitely one of those. But anyways, great looking minifig. You can tell he's extremely fat. Let's now get into the end of the review and get my final thoughts. Well guys, that was my review. Do hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, I love this set. It brings back so much nostalgia for me, and I actually think they did a pretty good job, especially for 2003. The minifigs were on point. The set, yes, it's not the most accurate set. I mean, these stairways leading, you know, down to like the doorway. I mean, there shouldn't be a stairway there, but they're little things. I mean, obviously there'd be more walls if they did it accurately. The one from 2012 is far more accurate as far as how the palace looks. That's why we didn't get into, you know, the pictures like we normally do. But all in all, it really does capture the feel of Jabba's palace, which is important. And then also that top area where Jabba's sitting, his throne basically, they did a perfect job. Like, I think they did awesome. But let me know your guys' thoughts on these sets. If you like them, if you don't, if you possibly own them. Obviously, there's a lot of areas they could maybe improve on this set. Be interested to know basically what would be the main area you'd like them to improve on. But still, all in all, great set, great minifigs, really nice looking display piece. I mean, you could stick this on a shelf, and it's also a great playable set if you're a kid. But anyways, if you like this video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future Lego Star Wars reviews, comparisons we do in this channel. We basically do one a week. But anyways, again, that's all I got. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.